So it's 4:30 on Thursday and we're starting the second mental health chat of my life. And I put on my community board about the things we talked about last time, and you can see the entire film was uploaded on my YouTube channel, so you can look at that later if you haven't already. And yeah, I want to know if you've done anything specific or different, or you've tried something new with regards, pushing your boundaries and testing yourself and going outside of the box. I'd like to know. So yeah, please give me your updates and what you've been up to. I'd love to hear. Cool. So I'm waiting for people. Are you coming online? Are you not? The suspense is difficult. It's difficult. So what have I just been doing? I've just been making a mess in the kitchen. I've made loads of cakes for dinner tonight. We've got loads of people, and it's a savoury cake, which I've never done before. So I was pushing my own boundaries there, and because I was making such huge quantities, it was a bit drier than I wanted, so I had to adapt the recipe, but all is okay. It's in the oven, and when I finish this, I will go and give it a good test and a poke and see if it's ready. So hello, I've got 2 people listening. Please tell me where you are in the world and what your name is. Give me a little wave so I can see the little comments coming up. And if you have any specific questions for me to start answering, then put those in the comments and I can see them as well. Let's have a little look. So one of the things that I spoke about last week to help you make changes to your mental health state was to upload the app called Headspace, and that was something that I used when I needed help and support with feeling more positive, feeling more calm, feeling more grounded, steady, stable, and just general okayness. And I wonder if any of you guys, because that's something I suggested last week, if any of you guys have tried that, if you did any meditation. Hello, Mr. Pedal Power. Hi, Joanna. Henry from Leicestershire. Nice to meet you, Henry. Do you have any questions for me? Yeah, I've been continuing to do meditation every week this morning with the sunrise outside, if we can, with the weather permitting. And it's been the most beautiful, lovely, calm, serene way to say hello to the world and to greet the day and see the sun rising and feel the breeze on my skin and listen to the birds. And we have some music on at the same time, and there's various kind of vibrations and sounds that we make for each chakra, and so that's just something that we're working on and we enjoy at the moment. So yeah, what are you doing to help you find that state of mind, or that state of being that makes you feel like you can start the day well and you're ready with a kind of smile, or just ready for whatever might come your way? And I was listening to Satguru today, who's one of my gurus, and he was talking about responsibility, and I think that's something that really helped me change my way of thinking about how I went about my day-to-day living. And as soon as I said to myself, okay, well, I am completely and utterly 100% responsible for my own internal self, and how I respond to things that happen in my life, things completely changed. I was like, oh my God, It's all down to me, all down to me. So if I want to feel good, then I need to make that choice. I can choose right now how I want to feel, what I want to do, what I want to say, how I respond, how I react to the things that I come across in my life. And I remember when I was first doing this practice, I was working in an all-girls school, and there was, I don't know, 1,300 kids. We had quite a big bustling department in the D&T, Design Technology Department, and at lunchtime I'd make an effort to go around the field and get away from my department and just soak in the birds, nature. And obviously it was at the same time that all the girls were having their lunch break. So I'd see them all playing, chatting in their groups, running around, doing gymnastic exercises, getting their workout, doing whatever they were doing. And I was there kind of noticing my steps mindfully and pondering over the latest lesson that I'd learned from a spiritual teacher. And it was really interesting how just within 3 weeks I was able to kind of change my mindset and change my way of seeing and experiencing the world. I've never looked back, really. Sometimes, old habits can come back and bite you in the bum. And I think if you just keep looking, keep being aware, keep watching yourself, like looking at yourself from a distance kind of thing, like a fly on the wall, or there's a camera, watching you. How do you look from the outside? How are other people perceiving you? But it's not really that, though. It's just like, how are you? How are you behaving right now? If someone was behaving like that towards you, would you be happy with the way that they were communicating with you? So basically you're only giving out what you would want to experience yourself in return. And I still do that now. I still watch myself, and I look at other people, and I listen to the people around me, and I think, oh my God, there's so many people that has their nose in other people's business. And really, it's got nothing to do with you. Like, keep your nose in your own business, because then that's the only thing that matters. If you can just be aware of what's going on from your perspective, from your internal life and your expression, then that's all that matters. It doesn't matter about anyone else or how someone else is behaving or what they're doing in relation. You're perceiving something in the way they're reacting towards you. Just see it from your perspective, your point of view. And then life is much simpler, much calmer, much easier to navigate and to work out. Well, there's less to work out because you're not thinking about everyone else. So you two, who have I got here? Apart from Henry. Henry, are you with me? Would you like to ask me a question? Or are you busy doing lots of other things around your house and not really concentrating on what I'm saying? I'd like to know. And who else is there? There's 2 people. Who's the other person with Henry? Give me a little comment, little message. Mr. Pedal Power. Paddle Power. Are you someone that likes to go onto the sea side with your paddleboard and in nature in that way? I don't know. There must be a reason why you've chosen that name. And now I've got a third person. So please, talk to me. What else can I talk about? Let's ponder. Yeah, because you can ruminate and you can think about other people so much, and it's something that I used to do a lot. I would be so concerned about what my mother had said to me that morning, or what that class or that student in the classroom, how they'd behave towards me, or what they'd said, and how could I have done something differently, or next time if the same thing happened again, what would I do? And you can just drive yourself crazy with that kind of internal speak, and it's just not interesting, not helpful, not necessary, and it takes you out of the present because you're living in the past. And how is that going to help you now? Because it's been and gone. So just think about, right now, what is happening? What do I need to do right now for my present moment to be the best it can be? That's something else I wanted to talk about, actually, I thought about this morning. And quite often in my morning, hello, Jeff. Hello, I hope all is well. Yes, I'm pretty smiley and happy and energetic today, as you might notice. Thank you very much for asking. Please ask me any questions that you wish. And yeah, something I do which might surprise you or shock you. Hello, Wei, or from Louisiana. Nice to see you. Is that I think to myself, if this, hello Rainy, yes, I know who you are. One of my fans, is that I think to myself, if this was the last day of my life, how would I want to live it? How would I want to experience it? Do I want to choose to have a shitty day? Do I want to choose to have a mediocre day? Do I want to make the most out of it? Do I want to be feeling pleasant on the inside? Do I want to smile for myself and for others? Do I want to make someone else's life happy or more joyful than it might be for them now? Am I there for other people? Am I there for myself? Am I doing the best that I can right now? And that's what I always strive for. And I think to myself, if this is really my last day, what do I want to achieve in that day? And I kind of keep that a bit in the back of my mind, and especially at the beginning of the day, like, okay. And also, if I'm not feeling so good that day, if there's something physical going on that I'm having to kind of manage or cope with, if I make that suggestion to myself that this might be my last day, it often allows me to find a space where I will suffer less, and I won't be so attached to any negative sensations or pain or things that might be like a headache, whatever it might be. And I try and kind of allow it to be there in the background, but kind of rise above it, and see if I can just let it be there, but just continue in whichever way that I would feel like is best. I'm still making the most out of my hour, my minute, my day. And so, yeah, I think that's a good way to be. And quite often when I've had that thought, I'm like, right, okay, and I'm kind of attacking the day, and I'm like, let's go. I'm ready for whatever you might give me, and I'm ready to do things in my day-to-day life that will help me move forward and progress and evolve personally, or with my working aspirations. Yeah. So I've been on here for 14 minutes. I haven't had one question. I've still got 4 of you here. Rainy, come on, you can come up with a question for me. I need you. Is it too early in Louisiana? Are you still kind of yawning and scratching your head. Don't you ever capitulate and fall prey to your suffering? What do you mean exactly by capitulate? Yeah, sometimes I let suffering take me over. Of course I do. I think there are always times when that can kind of grab you and you're just like lying there going, I don't want to wake up. No, I feel really shit. What am I going to do? And you know, I might ponder about that a bit, and I'm like rolling around in bed, or I'm just like feeling really exhausted in the morning. I don't want to get up. Um, and I just, sometimes what I do is I put my hand on my heart, my hand on my belly, and I try and breathe a bit deeper and get some kind of life force flowing through me a bit more. And I might change position and see if I can get my right side more activated, my left side more activated, and make some stretches or something. And then I try and sit up and think, okay, I'm now in vertical position. I'm sitting, I'm not yet standing, but what else can I do? Maybe I can move my body a bit and stretch my spine forwards and backwards and, you know, kind of create movement with breath and with actual physical movement to get me moving and to get me out of that kind of stuck negative space that is suffering and move on. You have a positive attitude. Thank you, Jeff. I try my best every day, and every day I make that little bit more effort, and then each day is kind of more satisfying and less suffering. And because each time that you kind of push a little bit more to the kind of the positive, then I don't know, the more experiences you have under your belt that help you kind of lift you up and make you feel like you can keep going and keep going on that kind of upward track of positivity. Hi, Tomo. You seem to have a gift in coping. I haven't always had that gift, and there have been years in the past where I've been sunk in deep, dark holes for long periods of time, or I'm just like lying on the floor in exhaustion going, how the hell am I going to get up? I can't even be bothered to go to the toilet. I can't be bothered to make myself lunch. I can't be bothered to get dressed. I can't be bothered to put some clean clothes on and brush my hair. I don't want to speak to anyone because I'm not feeling good enough. I don't feel like I can express myself in a way that I feel like other people want to listen to me. You know, I've been through all of that, and it's a really shitty place. And somehow you've got to find techniques and ways to kind of climb out of that hole, because that hole is dark and stagnant and dead and pointless, and you're not living. You're not living. You're just not. Oh. So I've got 8 of you now, guys. I want more questions, please. Come on, bring it on, bring it on. So when you feel like you're not living, what do you do to try and climb out of that hole? That's what I want to know. Or do you have any more questions? Hello, Tracy. You were here last week. And I want to know, did you do anything, Tracy, that helped you climb out of your comfort zone and do something that really pushed you that little bit further and made you feel like you were doing something that you haven't done before, or that you had done before, and that before it had felt difficult and impossible, but you did it again this week and it wasn't so bad? I want an answer from you, Tracy. Come on, write some little notes and give me some comments. I want to hear from you. And you know, when I don't cope, the other thing that I do is I ask for help, and I ask questions to whoever I feel like is listening, and I scratch my head. I'm like, okay, who am I okay with communicating with right now? Who can I contact? Who's available? Is my friend in England there for a chat? Is, you know, my brother's mum, Sarah, is she there? Like, can she chat between her working shifts? Um, Even if we don't talk about me, even if we talk about something else, if I'm just asking someone else about their day, if I'm just kind of listening to someone else, even if I don't want to really converse, um, I ask questions about them, and just listening to someone else's life and someone else's experience, and someone else's, you know, what's going on in their life, then it helps me take myself out of myself and helps me kind of expand and grow outwards and be less stuck inside my own thinking pattern or my own shit. Yeah. I guess there is no other choice but to push through the dark times. Yeah, you have to. I mean, it's either that or you kill yourself. Do you want to be here or do you not want to be here? You've been given the gift of life. And that gift of life, I mean, whenever I'm on my yoga mat at the end, I tell myself these specific things. I say, thank you to me for being here present on this mat today and for doing a practice. Thank you to my friends and my family for guiding me on this journey that I'm on in this lifetime. I thank my healers of past, present, and future that I might need. I thank my spiritual teachers for their sharing and their wisdom. And I thank Arkash, which is another way of saying kind of space, for allowing me to sit here in this space. I thank all of the people that are inside of me and all of me that are inside of you, because I see us all as one. And if you see every person and every living thing and this planet all as one, then you only want to be you only want to be the best and to be part of this oneness. You only want to live and express yourself in the way that you would want to be experienced or heard from the other person's perspective. I don't know, it's just something that I say to myself after a meditation or a practice, and it helps me just connect with that everythingness and that nothingness, and that helps me kind of move forward with peace, with love, with joy, with happiness. So where am I here? Hey Joanna, this is Ashley. Good to see you again, smiley face. Could you share how your awareness of yourself, your skills or your resources changed after detoxing? Maybe some examples. Ooh. Hang on a minute, I've got to reread that a bit. Could you share how your awareness of yourself, of your skills, your resources changed after detoxing? I think I realized that my body and my mind and my being is extremely complicated and subtle and varied and vast, and sometimes it can be really scary, like the detoxing process can be really scary and really painful and really difficult. But every time, like say a fear or a scary thing is like a boundary, a barrier that you kind of jump over. Every time you jump over and you've left like a really shitty day behind and you're experiencing a slightly better day, then you just thank whatever's put into place, whether it's you or some external things that is just making your experience a bit better than before. I just keep thanking this life that I'm still here and that I've got through that difficult patch and that I can see a bit more light, you know? Light in the darkness, light at the end of the tunnel. And every time a difficult moment comes again, um, I just keep knowing that that light's going to come and that light's going to come back again and I can experience it again, and it's not here right now, but I know that I'm going to feel it again and that I'm going to see it and it's going to be part of my existence and my present moment. And so that was something I learned, and I suppose that's what builds up your resources. And on those days when you're feeling a bit better, then you can build on the skills that you already have, and you can learn some new techniques or practice something that you've already been working on, and just kind of develop it and make it deeper, make it stronger inside of you, make it something that you can really connect with a bit more easily and tap into more readily. So that's what I would say to that. Now, Tracy, I've got my comfort zone. These last weeks has been my bedroom, which I have been too afraid to come out of unless absolutely necessary. This week I have gone into my other room most days. So how is your other room more scary and less comfortable for you than your own bedroom? How is it different? Why is it a little bit more out of your comfort zone than your bedroom? I'd like to know. Tracy, please. Who do I have here? That is Art, not PFFFT. Striking resemblance to Shannon on Kim's Convenience. I don't know what that means, but thank you anyway. Rainy, what have you said? I hope on topic. Love, gratitude. Plus, I'm finding being suddenly appointed. Hang on, I haven't got my glasses on. It's very small writing. Appointed both my parents, caregivers, and both with dementia. I have little time to fret over my issues like social anxiety. Is no longer. Yeah, and I think that that's really interesting when there are other people in your life that are worse off than you are. It really kind of puts things in perspective, and it makes your shit seem like much smaller, and it makes you seem a lot much less important and less of a kind of all-engulfing, all-encompassing thing, and you can put your energy into those people that need you and need your care. And I remember seeing this really intense documentary that I found on YouTube when I had Lyme's and I had lots of pain myself, and this girl that her boyfriend had done this film for about her experience, and she had these crazy can't remember if it was parasites or what she had, but she had, like, every day she'd vomit loads. Every day she had so much pain that she was like writhing in her bed, screaming with pain. And she would need her partner to kind of hold her head and kind of cradle her body and cook all her meals for her. And they both had kind of financial help, so that he was always caring for her 100%. And she was going through this for absolutely years, and she was trying everything and seeing all these different specialists, and you just have no idea how much intensity and pain that this woman was going through. And she got through it out the other side, and they were able to get married and enjoy that and all this. It was a wonderful story. But on the days when she wasn't puking and she wasn't feeling like she was just getting through every second, she was making cards and sending these cards off to people that needed them. And I just thought, isn't that amazing that she's there for other people even when she feels like that much incredible amount of pain. and it was really, really heartwarming. And I remember crying with tears at the end of that film, going, oh my God, at least I'm not her, at least I'm not going through what she's been through, and what I'm going through is so much less. And I just was really grateful to come across that film and put what I was going through in perspective and climb out of myself, you know. Oh, I've got 11 people. Exciting. Hello, everyone. If you're new to this, I've got 20 more minutes to go, maybe a bit less. 50 minutes last week was too long, and I was like a bit drained for a while afterwards. So that was, yeah, I'm not doing 50 minutes again. I'll do 40, something like that. Right, what do we have? The more YouTube and news I watch, the more scared I get. Stands to reason, I suppose, these days. When you mean, so the news about what's going on with the virus, are you just meaning general news? What kind of news do you mean? I'm actually someone who, well, at the moment we watch French news, anything to do with the virus, so that we now know that we're confined for up until the 11th of May, so we've got another month. So that kind of news that's very kind of specific to our country, I've been watching, and but normally the rest of my life I've very much kept myself away from news. I don't switch it on, I don't look for it. I found that it was just like too much negativity, because that's all you get. Like, if news was a mixture of positive and the more difficult sides of this world, then I'd probably be a little bit more inclined to listening to it. But because it's all like 100% difficult negative stuff like flowing away, it's just, why put that inside of you, why soak that up? So I was just like, no thanks. And if I felt like a bit too out of it and what was going on in the world, then I would just ask people. I'd say, so tell me what's going on, you know, or they'd start talking about something that I didn't know about, and I'd be like, oh, tell me more, you know. And that's just a good way of getting around it. So you still get bits and bobs that are important, but you don't get all the other rubbish that you don't need to hear. Hello, Isaac. Hello, Joanna. I'm glad you decided to do this again. Thank you. I think it's you that's really miles away off round. Are you the west side of America or something, and it's really early in the morning for you? Thank you for joining us. It's a sitcom. Okay, thank you. Tracy, not sure. Paranoid about virus. In bedroom only. I have touched things with clean hands. Okay, so you're being careful hygienically. Hi. Yes. The virus mostly. Okay. Yeah. Yes, to be of service to others. Much love, Joanna. Yes, stay creative with things for sure. Great job, Joanna. I'll keep the notifications on. Looking forward to all you have to share. Okay, cool. So I've got like 7 more minutes. If any of you 9 people here have any more questions about mental health, or about doing things that's outside of your comfort zone, then I'd like to hear. What do you try? What do you test? What do you do to get yourself out of your comfort zone? I'd like to hear, please. I've now got 11 people again. Come on, keep the questions coming. I remember also doing some volunteering. I've done that quite a bit in the past. It was for a spiritual group called Isha Foundation, with Satguru being the guy who set it up. And I remember doing the volunteering, you know, I would spend money traveling to London or traveling to different places. I'd take a whole weekend out, sometimes more, and I'd be with a whole load of other volunteers, and I'd be there to help other people experience new things on the spiritual path. but I would be there, you know, serving food or handing out bits of paper or talking about my own experience, doing things that scared me, standing up in front of loads of people, you know, or just doing like really simple things like cleaning things or getting things prepared and ready, but being in that kind of space where you are completely just there for other people. You're not there at all for yourself. You're just there to give, and to ask for nothing in return. And for me, that was something that was really powerful and very positive experience for me. And I loved doing that. And I felt so kind of calm and kind of serene and just like there and present for others. And I loved that. And I think it's really good for people to try and do volunteering whenever you can, and just kind of build it into your life a bit. It's something that's really kind of powerful and can be really, yeah, powerful change for kind of you. I'm getting a bit tired. Can you tell my voice is slowing down? Well, maybe let's call it a day. You're all being kind of quiet, not giving me any response. So maybe that's enough for now. And I can see you. I noticed that a lot of you are coming into the conversation a bit later. Maybe it's still a bit early for you in the morning. Maybe I could start at 5 next week. That might be better for you. Or maybe stick to 4:30. I'll make my decision in the week and I'll post it on the community part of the YouTube, my channel, and then you can see what I've decided, and we'll go from there. So I hope there were some things that you could take away and learn from or try this week. Maybe you'll wake up in the morning and think, if this is my last day of my life, how do I want to live it? Yeah, that could be a good place to start, and see if that changes the way that you go about your daily activities. If this was the last time you're going to do that activity, how are you going to do it? Are you going to be really present, or are you going to have this voice in your head talking about how you're not good enough, or you should be doing it differently, or why am I doing this? I should be doing something else. No, just be as present as you can. Thank you for being with me, for being present with me, for listening, and I'll see you next week. Bye, guys. Oh, I've got loads more questions. Hang on, I've got a couple more minutes. Let's see. You have covered it all, I think. Okay. Hi, last year I made so many changes and progress in my awareness. I'm not struggling with bipolar anymore. I don't consider myself as bipolar, and I took off my dictionary the bipolar disorder definition. Okay. I've been thinking, please do these talks twice per week. I could do. I mean, a week seemed like a long time, and I really wanted to be here before now. Hey. That is if you can. Yeah, I could try. I'll put a comment if I feel like, 3 days from now, maybe I could do it. All I'm really doing that is not in my comfort zone is trying to write music that is different. So it's not too risky, I know, but it works to keep me busy. Yeah. And another thing to do is to not be busy and just to sit with yourself in silence and see what emerges and what comes up. And can you be okay with what you hear inside of your head? Can you be okay with what comes up? And can you cry? Can you laugh? Can you be pissed off with yourself and just sit in that and see how things alter and change when you just listen, you just notice, you just accept? give that a go and maybe do a bit less music and a bit more noticing and stopping in awareness. That is nice of you to volunteer. Now I feel good and I have so many tools ready for me when I feel anxious or different. But my psoriasis, it's a bit annoying, and lithium too, but it's good to know that you leave it. Thank you. Yeah, I had a kind of psoriasis that was kind of self-perpetuating. I had it on the back of my neck for 5 years, and it would crawl around the front here and go up into my hair, and I'd get like white all over my clothes, and literally like every 10 seconds I'd be like scratching it, and I made all these ridges in my skin, and it was really horrible, and it was just kind of stress induced. And in the end, a steroid cream got rid of it, but we tried so many other things that was kind of alternative, and it was really horrible. And I know that lithium can bring on psoriasis, so you could maybe see if you can live comfortably with a reduced dose, or maybe try a different drug if you need to be on one. And that might help you not get psoriasis, because I know it's one of the side effects. So have a ponder on that and see if it's something you want to test and try out. Lovely session. Thank you. Good chat. All the best. Thank you. Thanks. Bye for now. Lots of love. Yes, I would tune in twice per week. That's nice to know. Thank you, Tracy. Do you have pets? A dog, maybe? I have no pets. And I don't feel like I want any, because I don't want to take responsibility for something else. I'd prefer just to keep my life a little bit more kind of simple. And, I've got a whole working life to get back into action when all this is over. And I've got to find a new home, and I've got to, all sorts to do. So I don't want a dog or a cat. Possibly chickens, because I like really, really fresh, lovely, delicious eggs, but I need a piece of land for that, so we'll see. Thank you guys, and see you maybe in half a week. Bye! How do I finish this thing? Yes.